You walk into a bike shop and you get fitted for a bike. That usually involves tuning the handlebar width, the stem length, the seat post height. Ride 9 allows you to go one step further and tune the geometry characteristics and also the ride characteristics.
It can make one bike be extremely versatile. You can change the geometry and the handling of the bike for both the terrain and the rider very quickly with a couple Allen keys in about 30 seconds of time.
When you move the Ride 9 position all the way back, you steepen the geometry of the bike, putting yourself in a more favorable climbing position. At the same time, the suspension characteristics get a little bit more linear, a little bit more supple, so that you can maintain rear wheel traction on the ground.
The further forward you go, it makes the bike more progressive as well as slackening the angles.
The bottom bracket lowers and the suspension curve gets a little bit more progressive so that you have support when you reach a deeper part of the travel. One of the cool things about Ride 9 is that when you move the position upwards, you're able to set it up for a lighter weight rider, meaning that they need to use a bit more air pressure in the can and they're better able to utilize the damping characteristics of the shock. At the same time, when you move it down, you need a little bit less pressure in your air can and also retain a more usable damping range in your shock.
My first Rocky Mountain with Ride 9, I think probably like most people, I started with it in the neutral position. And I put a good amount of time in on the bike in the neutral position and kind of got a feel for the geometry and the shock and so on and so forth. I generally like a bike that's a little bit slacker, so I started by going from the neutral all the way to the slack position. And from there, I wanted to be able to run a little less PSI to get a little better small bump sensitivity while having the end stroke ramp up a little more for me. So I moved it down one to the forward and down position, and then that's where I settled with it because it gave me all the characteristics that I was looking for.